Kia ora. I'm Anna. I'm a psychologist at the Cancer Society here in Auckland, and I'm here with psychologist Hamish to talk about why sleep can be such a struggle for people with cancer and what they can do to improve it.
Yeah, thanks, Anna. We know that about 1 in 2 people, so half of people with cancer, will struggle with sleep at some point, and that can be with either getting to sleep or waking up in the early hours of the morning unable to get back to sleep. And there can be a few different reasons for this. One is that cancer is a stressful and worrying time, and worrying at night can make sleep less likely to happen. But also there's pain and discomfort that's associated with cancer, and so if you've got a dry mouth or you're needing to get up to go to the toilet more frequently, of course that's going to impact your sleep. And lastly, it's worth keeping in mind that some of the medications people are given during cancer can have an impact. And so the steroids in particular during chemotherapy can significantly impact people's sleep.
Absolutely. And so if people have been kind of thrown out of their routine, they've been in hospital, things have changed, what kind of ideas do you have for people to get their sleep improved back into routine?
Well, I like to take people back to basics and consider how you'd get a little kid to sleep. And with a little kid, you often do the same things with them each night. So you get them into their favourite pyjamas, sing them a lullaby, maybe read them their favourite story. And all of those things you do with them serve to signal to the kid that the next thing on the agenda is sleep. It's time to start unwinding. And we can benefit from the exact same principles as adults. And if we can do things at night that are to wind us down, if we do them regularly, then they signal to our mind and body, all right, your next job is to sleep, you better start getting ready for it.
So routine is really important, and I guess it makes sense that we wouldn't let little kids play with the most exciting toys right before bed. So it's the adult equivalent is checking your work emails, or it might be jumping onto social media. All of these things can wake the brain up and really interfere with the body's ability to release that sleepy hormone, melatonin. So we want to really kind of make sure that we are avoiding screens, because generally if you're struggling to sleep, it can be important to stay away for a good hour before bed. Having said that, there are lots of really helpful mindfulness and relaxation apps which people can use, which don't require looking at the screen, and can really be effective in helping us get to sleep. And it doesn't matter what you pick, whether it's a breathing exercise, a relaxation guided visualization, or a mindfulness exercise. Whatever it is that you pick, as long as you repeat it, it will build up an association in your brain and help you over time to become your adult lullaby and associate with sleep is coming. So I think these things can really help us too.
Really nice point. And I think something that I notice when talking to patients is that they'll say, hey, I'm trying those things, but something that gets in the way is my mind worrying. And what I say in response to that is that that's really common and really understandable, because during cancer is a time of a lot of uncertainty, and in times of uncertainty our brain responds by trying to solve problems, and that's worrying. And oftentimes when we go through our day, we've got lots of distractions from the worries. We've got appointments to attend, we've got chores to do, but as soon as we get in bed at night, all those distractions go away and our mind is free to worry as much as it wants. And that can make it really difficult to get to sleep. A technique I suggest to people in this instance is worry time, and that involves sort of keeping a notebook by your bed, and every time your mind throws up a worry for you, you grab it, write it down, and say to yourself, I'll deal with that tomorrow. Another worry pops up, write it down, deal with it tomorrow. And then when tomorrow rolls around, same time each day, you pull out those worries, have a look at them. Is there anything you can do about them? Maybe make a list of things you can do to action them. Think about the way they make you feel. But then when you're done, close the book and leave it for the same time the next day. Over time, what you're trying to do is associate worry time during the day for worrying and bedtime for not worrying.
That makes so much sense, and it's a really nice idea to think about kind of putting a boundary in with your mind and not allowing your headspace to be dominated by cancer all day, every day, especially at night when our brains aren't great at problem solving.
So Anna, are there any other tips that you like to talk to patients about?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the one final point I might make is around being gentle with your expectations of sleep. It takes a bit of time to build up the association in your brain with, the different behavioral changes you put in place. So you may not see kind of a full straight 9 hours on day one, but give it time and you will get back into that routine. It really does work for everybody.
It'll be helpful to keep in mind that we don't have complete control over sleep. Whether it shows up for us is not in our control. It's kind of like laughter. We can't force ourselves to laugh. We can't force ourselves to sleep. But we can create the best conditions for sleep to show up. And so if you change the goal, if your goal is to get into bed and to just be as relaxed, as restful as possible, then whether or not sleep arises, at least your body and mind are recharging.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, the research shows that a good 45 minutes of mindfulness can bring the same benefits as an hour and a half of sleep. So even though you're not asleep, you're still getting some benefits and some restoration there. So some good tips today, information that we've gathered around improving sleep. You can hop onto our website, cancer.org.nz, for more information, or call the 0800 Cancer number if you're needing more support around sleep.